All right, so we are going to look at a couple of examples using our multiplication rules of exponents. So our first example says 7 to the fourth times 7 to the fifth. So if we look at our rules, this looks most like our product rule. We have the same base with two different exponents. So our product rule tells us that we're going to keep our base and we're going to add the exponents. So this one will end up being 7 to the 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5 is 9, so it becomes 7 to the 9th power. And that's our answer for that one. Our next one is 6 to the 3rd to the 4th. That one is one of our power of a power. So our power of a power rule tells us that we multiply the exponents. So it's going to be 6 to the 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12, so our answer is 6 to the 12th. Our next example is kind of a combination of a bunch of things. So we have ab squared to the 4th power, and then we have times b squared at the end. So let's first look at this part. We have ab squared to the 4th power. So that one is going to be our power of a product, and it also has a power of a power in there. So this 4 is going to go to both of these exponents. Our original exponent of a is just 1. So we're going to have a to the 1 times 4, b to the 2 times 4. And then I'm going to copy down that times b squared over here. So 1 times 4 is 4, so we have a to the 4th. 2 times 4 is 8, b to the 8, and then now we have that times b squared. So we can combine the b to the 8 and the b squared just like we did up here. We can add our exponents. So 8 plus 2 becomes 10. So our answer is a to the 4th, b to the 10th power. Our fourth example is 3y to the 5th squared times 5y squared. This is kind of similar to this, where we got the power of product and then we have the power of power rule going on. And then we're also going to end up having a product rule. So this squared is going to go to both of these. So we have 3 squared. We have y to the 5 times 2, which is 10, times 5y squared. So now since we have coefficients here, we're going to want to simplify them as much as possible. So we're actually going to solve out this 3 squared. So 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is 9. So this becomes 9y to the 10th times 5y squared. We're going to multiply the 9 and the 5 together to give us 45. And then we have y to the 10th times y squared. So that is where we use our product rule. So we're going to add the 10 and the 2 to give us y to the 12th power. Our fifth example is just a really big product rule. So we have d to the 5th times d to the 2nd times d. Since there's nothing on that d, we think of that as having a 1. So we're going to use our product rule that tells us to add our exponents. So it's going to be d to the 5 plus 2 plus 1. 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 1 is 8. So our answer is d to the 8th. Now our last example says m cubed d squared all to the 2nd power. So again, we have a power of a product with the power of a power inside of it. So this outside exponent is going to come to both of these. So it becomes m to the 3 times 2 d to the 2 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6, so we have m to the 6th. 2 times 2 is 4, d to the 4.